The China-Pakistan Economic Corridor CPEC is making news all around the world. Any initiative whenever takes place revolves around communication. And communication here is a very integral part because two countries who are sharing this initiative share not the same language. Pakistan shares Urdu, China shares Chinese. So this discussion revolves around how Chinese language would be important revolving around CPEC. So, sir, I would like to ask you this question, that what is the importance of Chinese language in this initiative that's called CPEC?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Let me say first of all that the CPEC with the Chinese, we have a lot of interaction, and we expect this interaction will increase tremendously. On the one hand, the Chinese are trying to learn Urdu language. In Chinese universities, they are teaching Urdu already, and also in Pakistan we are trying to learn Chinese language. In Pakistan we have around 4 Confucius centers established in Pakistan universities. They are teaching full-time Chinese language. Also, there in the private sector, several small institutes have been established. They are teaching the Chinese language.
Right.
In a matter of fact, it is not only Pakistan and China. In Europe, there are around 8 million people are learning Chinese. In India, there are around 200,000 people are learning Chinese.
Right.
In Pakistan, there are around 1,100 people registered for learning Chinese language.
Right.
And the potential or the requirement of learning Chinese is huge. And in the coming days, we must promote more and more Chinese language learning in Pakistan.
Right, because I see you speak amazing Chinese and you speak it fluently. So I would like to ask that what is the existing status of Chinese language in Pakistan?
In a matter of fact, I studied in China in the Chinese medium.
Right.
I did 1 year Chinese language course and then 4-year bachelor degree. I am basically mechanical engineer.
Okay.
4-year BSc engineering in Chinese language.
Okay.
And also 2.5 years master of engineering in mechanical, also in Chinese language.
Right.
So my medium education, higher education, was the Chinese language.
Okay.
So I have learned the Chinese language very well. I lived in China for 13 years, 7.5 years as a student, and 5.5 years as a diplomat working in the Pakistan Embassy, Beijing.
Right.
So I have 13 years experience living in China.
Right.
But altogether, interacting with Chinese, my experience is around 36 years.
Right, right.
So my Chinese must be very good, just like
I'm
my
sure.
native language.
I'm sure.
Let me say the Chinese language is something not difficult. It is an easy language. For example, English we have started to learn from our childhood, and still we feel sometimes difficulties. Especially the 3 form of the verbs is a huge vocabulary we have to memorize. For example, write, wrote, written,
Right.
go, went, gone.
Yeah.
So each verb has 3 forms and there is no relationship between each other. You have to memorize each form of the verb independently. So it is vocabulary multiplied by 3 times.
Right.
In Chinese, the verb has only 1 form. There is no second or third form. For example, if you want to say something of past, you can say, I write a letter last month.
Right.
I go Lahore 5 years ago. I eat mango 3 days ago. You have to mention the time. The verb will not change. Write will not be replaced by written. Wrote, go, went, gone, eat, ate, eaten. No, verb is always the same. So your vocabulary of the verb is 1/3 as compared to the English.
Right.
Similarly, singular and plural are a big headache for us to memorize.
Right.
Sometimes you add s to make plural, like books, book, one, and many book mean books. You add s. Sometimes you have to add ies, sky, skies, fly, flies. Sometimes you have to knife, knives. There's no relationship. There's no certain rule. So you have to memorize singular and plural independently. So the vocabulary amount has gone double. But in Chinese, you can say, I have one book, I have 1 million book. It is not books.
Okay.
I have one knife, I have 100 knife, though not knives, not books. So the singular plural, the vocabulary has got reduced by half at least.
Right.
Similarly, in Urdu, gender is very dominating our language.
Mhm.
For example, some of the things are male, some of the things are female.
Female.
The verb is changing as per the gender of the object.
Right.
For example, ये कुर्सी मेरी है, ये मेज मेरा है, मेरी है और मेरा है is a gender bias. But in Chinese, there is no discrimination. So the Chinese language is
That's
easy language.
Right.
Above all, the Chinese pronunciation is so many similar tones, similar pronunciation. You can summarize only 144 words. You can cover the whole Chinese language. The meaning are different, but the pronunciation are the same.
Right.
It is challenge on the one hand, and it is opportunity or convenience on the other hand, because the similar sound, similar pronunciation mean that variety of pronunciation is very limited, so you can pronounce easily.
Right.
But the challenge on the other hand, that the same pronunciation have so many different meanings. But written Chinese is quite difficult.
Right. That sounds pretty interesting. Where Chinese language is the next global language, and as he has said that 1100 people have already registered for Chinese language in Pakistan, which is easy to understand. You could be the next one, and ending this discussion, I would like you to please end it in Chinese language today.
谢谢中巴友谊万岁。
Thank you so much.